Let me tell you about the roller coaster ride that Mercedes has been on this season. They came into the year with this bold concept of zero pods, but the idea crashed and burned after just 2 races. It was a total flop, a real disaster. But don't count them out just yet, because they bounced back big time in Melbourne. The improvements were like night and day compared to their earlier performances. It was clear that they had put in some serious work during the break, and get this, Toto Wolff himself came out and said that we can expect a totally new car in Baku. Who knows what kind of tricks they have up their sleeves, but I'm sure it'll be something spectacular. And that's not all. Apparently Toto has also figured out a fix for Hamilton's seat position. Toto Wolff has dropped some serious hints about the upcoming changes to the Mercedes car at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. It's like they're splitting their season in two, with pre-Imola and post-Imola being completely different beasts. Let's face it, the W14 hasn't exactly been setting the world on fire. In fact, it's been a bit of a disappointment so far, not living up to the high standards set by Mercedes' 7 years of dominance. But fear not, because a major upgrade package is on its way. What can we expect from this mysterious package, you ask? Well, Mercedes isn't giving away too much, but they have hinted the entire concept of the car will be changed. That's right, the whole shebang is getting a revamp. Toto Wolff went and elaborated further on this matter and said that the layout of the car will change in Italy for the first of 2 times this season. I don't want to change the goals yet, he told the Italian edition of motorsport.com. I always want to think that we are here to fight for a world championship, even if it doesn't seem realistic. We're only at the beginning, and I want to keep the team motivated to do the best possible job. There are many innovations in the pipeline. The layout of the car will change at Imola, and we will see what this step entails. It's only been 3 races, and already the prospect of winning the world championship seems like a distant dream for Mercedes. I mean, Red Bull is sitting pretty with a whopping 58-point lead over Aston Martin in 2nd place. That's a huge gap to close. But don't count out the other contenders just yet. The Silverstone team is definitely in the mix, and even the lackluster Ferrari is hoping to step up their game after this mini break in the season. Toto Wolff isn't sugarcoating anything either. He knows they have a real battle on their hands to even contest for 2nd place. The Red Bull drivers are just too far ahead at the moment. But Hamilton had different problems with his car. The 7-time world champion has been dealing with some serious issues with his cockpit, specifically his seat position. And it seems that Toto Wolff and the Mercedes team are working hard to fix Hamilton's problem before the Azerbaijan Grand Prix rolls around. According to Wolff, the team is focused on the all-important concept driver position, aka where Hamilton feels most comfortable in the car. And when a champ like Lewis speaks up, you better believe the team is going to listen. Hamilton himself has been vocal about the issue, explaining that he sits closer to the front wheels than any other driver. This, in turn, makes it feel like he's sitting on the front wheels while driving, a less than ideal sensation to say the least. This is what he had to say. If you were driving your car at home and you pulled the wheels right underneath your legs, you would not be happy when you're approaching the roundabout. What that does is it really changes the attitude of the car and how you perceive its movement. And it makes it harder to predict compared to when you're further back and sitting more centered. Jenson Button and Karun Chandhok recently dished out some expert analysis on Lewis Hamilton's seat position problem. Button suggests that Hamilton's driving style, which heavily relies on the feedback he receives from the car through his steering wheel, is being compromised by his lack of feeling through the rear of the car. This lack of confidence is causing him to hold back on pushing the car to its limits, particularly in qualifying when the cars are already tricky to handle. Chandhok chimed in, adding that the contact patches to the ground are through all 4 wheels, so if Hamilton feels like he's too far forward, it's hindering his ability to confidently enter corners. Lewis Hamilton is known for his passion for driving and his desire to compete in the best cars. However, his current struggles with the underperforming W14 have left him feeling frustrated and uninspired. Despite this, the 7-time world champion is determined to fight for the championship if Mercedes can improve their car's performance. Hamilton's contract with Mercedes is set to expire at the end of the year, and rumors have been swirling that he may leave the sport if he cannot contend for the title. During the Australian Grand Prix weekend, Hamilton spoke to Fox Sports about his love for driving, but also his need for a competitive car. He admitted, "I don't like driving not great cars," suggesting that his motivation is tied to his ability to perform at the highest level. Mercedes is not taking their lack of pace this season lightly, with plans to revamp the design concept of the W14 in the works. This is what Lewis Hamilton had to say. "I don't like driving a car that's not the car that we had meant to have," Hamilton continued. "But I love that challenge of what can I do with it? Okay, wins are not possible right now, so what's the maximum we can get? Can we be a little cheeky, and if 5th is the best we can get, can we get a 4th or a 3rd? Can we just make sure we're consistent? and make sure that you're fit and ready so that when the car does all of a sudden switch on and it is the car that you dreamed of having, you're ready. Hamilton's hunger for success continues to drive him toward his goal of claiming an 8th world championship, a feat that would cement his place in motorsport history. Despite facing setbacks and disappointments, Hamilton is determined to push forward and is confident that his hard work and preparation will pay off. Speaking with passion and conviction, Hamilton revealed his unwavering commitment to his craft. "I'm ready to win a world championship. I've prepared in the best way possible this year, the best I've ever prepared." With a steely resolve and a fierce determination, Hamilton is not content with simply making up the numbers. He wants to be a contender for the top prize. And while the reality of the situation may not match his ambitions at present, Hamilton is not deterred. He is working tirelessly with his team, both on and off the track, to make sure that they can close the gap to their rivals and get back to their winning ways. Despite starting the race behind his teammate Russell, Hamilton put on a masterful display and finished in second place after Russell's retirement. This performance proved that Hamilton is still a force to be reckoned with and that he will continue to fight tooth and nail to achieve his goals. The upcoming race in Baku is shaping up to be the most crucial race of the season, with the Easter break providing an opportunity for teams to close the gap on Red Bull, who have been dominant in the first 3 races. This is not just good news for Mercedes, but also for Aston Martin and Ferrari, who are currently struggling to find their footing. Ferrari has had issues with reliability in the past, and this year they are also lacking pace. However, there is hope that the team can improve and be competitive again. Red Bull is not sitting idle either, and fans can expect them to have some upgrades for the Baku race. This makes it all the more exciting for fans, as it will be like a second season opener, giving the other teams a chance to catch up and fight for the championship. Toto Wolff, the Mercedes team principal, has previously stated that he will do everything in his power to get the pace they need to compete with Red Bull. If their concept looks similar to Red Bull's concept, he even joked that he would put a sticker on the car. Nearly every team is facing some challenges this season, and it will be interesting to see what they can come up with to solve their issues. All eyes will be on Baku, and fans can't wait to see what unfolds on the track. But what are your thoughts about Mercedes? Will they be able to compete with Red Bull this season, or is it all over? Let us know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.